What's up, guys? Dave here. Dave with Fight Bananas with Felicia Spencer, the one and only, the victorious Felicia Spencer. How you doing?
I'm excited to be here.
I know, this is so cool. So when football players, they win the Super Bowl, they go to Disney World. You win a fight, we're taking you to Universal Studios. That's what Fight Bananas does. I love it.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm excited. It's beautiful outside, so.
Great day, great day. So we kind of had this plan, and I was like, cool, we're gonna have our phenomenal pick. It's a good fight card this week, all of that nature. But then you kind of texted me and said, hey, Dave, I want to talk about something real quick. So without being, pulling the curtain too much, I want to give you the floor. We've talked for years and years and years. You know how much I adore you and appreciate you. So I'll give you the floor, and then we'll kind of bounce from that.
So yeah, I let Dave know first, but I wanted to let everybody know that I've made the decision to be done with my fighting career. If you want to call it a career, I call it more of an opportunity, and I'm done pursuing the opportunity. I'm really happy with where I left off and everything I've done. So for me, and for my personal decisions and everything, it's time for me to be done. And part of the big reason, just to inform everyone, there's not anything that happened to me. It's just for me and my family, like mental health has always been a big important factor, and I always envisioned not being a fighter that stuck around longer than I should. And even though I feel like I'm the best I've ever been, I feel like it's time for me to be done. I'm not interested in having any more wars, and I'm happy with where I've left my career. So that's it for me, guys.
I'm not crying, you're crying, I promise. So much is there, and it's like when we talked real quick, the first thing that came out of me was happiness. I was so happy for you you felt so good to make this decision, and you didn't have to go out on an injury or anything of that nature, because your last performances, the pun is right here, it was phenomenal. You dominated, you looked awesome, dominant rounds. So kind of the question I have for you, a couple right off the bat, of course, is did you know, the fight camp, we talked so much that fight camp. I came to Orlando multiple times, and it was nothing nostalgic about it. It was all about, you were like, Dave, I want my best performance. It's all about this performance, and it was just about putting on a great performance for yourself. But did you know the flight out? Did you know signing posters? Did you know walking out that time? Did you know, wow, this is my last? Did you know that going into it?
That was my intention the entire time.
Wow.
I mean, obviously I was like, I'll make the final decision after, but in my head, honestly, the fight camp prior to this one, I was thinking it, but I wasn't happy with how I left things. I think I kind of went in not caring about the result as much, but then when the result happened, I really did care, so that just motivated me even more to have, like I said, just to go out with something I'm proud of, proud to walk away from, and yeah, it was part of what excited me to go to the gym. And I mean, it's definitely I still love training and everything. I'm never going to stop being a martial artist. But I just know that I'm in a place where I'm still healthy and I'm still good, and I want to keep it that way. So, I can still be myself in 20 years,
Absolutely. Talking about 20 years, what's kind of next for you? What's the transition? Do you want to stick in the MMA community, coaching, or, podcast? And we talked about maybe commentary in the future. Is that something you definitely want to go into, is in the MMA circle?
Yeah, I definitely want to stay involved. Like I said, in my gym, I want to, coach more, and commentating is definitely something I've always hoped to be invited to do, and I might have opportunities coming up. So, and other than that, I'm not rushing into any major career decisions. Other than that, I'm in a place where I can kind of take my time and make a decision in a few months, maybe with what I'm gonna devote more of my time to.
The winning bonuses help.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's definitely not a stressful time to just hurry up and make a decision.
Right.
And, I definitely want to be doing. My husband and I have a company that we started, and kind of focusing on that. Or if I dive into something else, I want it to be something that's helpful for my community. Whether it be sometimes going back to teaching or something in that nature. Just helping my community.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're at Universal Studios. Last little thing for you, and then we'll have more fun throughout the whole day. So excited for today. A lot of fighters always talk about legacy. A lot of people always Hall of Fame and where they want to be, and future gyms of that sort. What do you think Felicia Spencer's legacy is in Orlando, in the MMA community, the female fight community, the featherweight community? Where do you think your legacy is at in the fight community?
I think, or I hope that I can just be seen as someone who stuck to my guns. You know, I did what I set out to do from being an Invicta. I made it to the UFC the way that I envisioned, you know, after winning the title in Invicta. You know, obviously I've shown toughness and durability. Other than that, you know, I just maybe can set a good example for, you know, if you think of this as a career or an opportunity, and you know, in fighting, it's definitely something that you can love, but also set limitations to, you know, as far as not limitations, because I still think I could be the world champion, but knowing my body and knowing what I want for my future, you know, it's a really tough decision in some ways to stop while I'm ahead, but I think it sets a good, you know, a good example for
great role model.
Thinking about your future, you know, that it doesn't all have to revolve around it, and if you're taking damage, like I have, you know, obviously I've taken damage, and you know, just respecting your body and doing what's best for yourself, even if it means taking a step back sometimes, and you know, moving on to the next big thing. I'm 31 years old, you know, so I have a whole lifetime to be my best in another area, you know, so
crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't know if there's people cheering or if that's people on the roller coasters, but here at Fight Bananas, and especially me, just thank you. Yeah, just a huge fan, and just everything you've done inside the cage in the octagon, but of course everything we've done outside the octagon and the cage and the podcast and interviews and all that stuff. So I just wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
We'll still be talking every week, don't worry.
There we go. There we go. Well, there we go. Felicia Spencer, done with the opportunity of fighting in the UFC, and very excited to see what's next. And there we go. That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Dana White, kick it, kick the bucket, Dana. We're done.